We're here. It's out. You should have expected this to come at some point. But we're here. And of course, Bobby Tarantino 3 is garbage. But what did you expect? Everyone is putting their opinions out there. It's actually a lot more mixed than I thought. There's some people that actually kind of like this album. And I would like to talk to you because I don't understand. But I need to talk about it. I was hoping to laugh and I was hoping to have some good memes from this album, but honestly, I'm very upset. I'm very disappointed, and I don't know why I had expectations to begin with, but I'm incredibly disappointed, and I wanted to talk about some of the moments, go by track kind of thing, and we're going to go from there, and we're going to experience this album in a short form from my words so you can understand how garbage and how stupid this album really is. So, of course, with this being a garbage album, you start with a garbage intro, which is in Troll. Haha, that's funny. It's gonna be funny for the first time for like a 12-year-old that likes Family Guy because it swears a lot. It's gonna be funny for them for the first time, but for us, it's gonna be completely stupid, and we're gonna skip it each and every time we listen to it. I don't understand why this is on a studio album. I don't care if it's called a mixtape. It's on Apple Music. It's a studio album to me. This is more of a Twitter joke. This is more like something you make a 30-second joke about and you see it on Twitter. Why is it like a minute long, and why is it the intro to an album? And of course, we got all the singles coming out, and the singles have been kind of a mixed bag. I've kind of lightened up on some of them. Vaccine is just alright. It's not great at all. It's very filler. It's a very quick song, and there's very quick verses, not much content going on in there. And of course, the vaccine, because COVID. I absolutely hate COVID related stuff. I can't stand it. Stop putting your tracks titled COVID 19 or this is the vaccine song. Shut up. So we get to Get Up, and we've talked about Get Up before, and it actually has a nice sound to it. It's nice and wavy, has a nice vibe. But it's just boring. Like, why do you front load your album with the most boring singles ever of your whole career? And this is Bobby Tarantino 3. I want bangers. I want to just go stupid. Like Bobby Tarantino 2, even though I'm not the biggest fan of that one, that goes stupid hard on so many tracks. This is such a low-key album. Why is it a Bobby Tarantino album? But we've already heard Get Up, and My Way is absolute garbage. The hook on that and the singing on that, I don't understand. Why couldn't you auto-tune it? It's a supermarket track. It's probably a supermarket throwaway because apparently a lot of these songs were recorded in 2018, 2019, and we all know which albums came out at that point. So we get past the singles. Call Me is alright. We get into Inside, which is honestly one of the better tracks here, probably the best one. Talks a lot about mental health issues, and I appreciate that. I just don't understand why it's on Bobby Tarantino 3 when later on in the track lists, Logic talks about, talking about serious stuff gets depressing, and I totally understand that, totally get it. But you contradict yourself, and you say, it's like, I like to go on this stupid crap and stupid shit, and that's when I go to Bobby Tarantino. This is what I use it for. But why are you putting a track like Inside on your track list? Why is that here when you want to go stupid? So it's really weird and it's really contradictory. But besides that point, it's a decent song. I'm a little bit sus when it comes to the lyrics about 2018 in Pittsburgh and slitting wrists. And I know that is definitely coming from a place of genuineness. I am going to say that I'm definitely going to give Logic benefit of the doubt of that one. I am not going to reach for anything. It's just a little odd considering the Mac Miller situation, especially mentioning Pittsburgh and the year 2018, which unfortunately he passed away. So it's a little odd, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. And then we get to Flawless. So this album is incredibly inconsistent. I know it's a Bobby Tarantino album. I know I'm not supposed to take it seriously. But why do you go from such a track that talks about mental health issues and talks about self-harm and all this kind of stuff, and you go right to Flawless, which is super long and it's a sex track, obviously. This album is full of sex. Like, it talks about it like 24/7. And I know you're not really hitched anymore, technically, and you can kind of do all this stuff if you'd like. But coming from Logic, it's incredibly awkward. It's just incredibly strange, and it's so out of place for a Logic, for an artist like Logic. And then you have terrible lines like, oh my goodness, I can't even read these, but I gotta get my notes. I'm sorry, I have to get my notes reading this because I'm too on like a light switch. Yeah, I turn her on like a light switch. Like, what the frig is that? Like, I expect that from Eminem. I expect that from Revival. And Logic is going down that direction, honestly, where he doesn't give a frig about his art, his craft anymore. And I know it's Bobby Tarantino 3, but you got to give some effort. If you're going to come out of retirement, you got to come with something. You have to give me a reason why you came back. And I know you just wanted, it's like, it talks about it on See You Space Cowboy, where it's just like, you know what? I woke up one day and I just wanted to rap again, you know? I called all the guys out in the middle of nowhere, and we just started recording and having fun, shooting guns. Cool. You're really cool, Logic. You're really cool for shooting guns. Yeah, you're definitely appealing to 15-year-olds. But, and then you say you have one last album with Def Jam. So I guess you're recording another one, the last one on Def Jam. This must be something to fill a contract obligation or something, because why would you put this out? Why is it under Def Jam? Well, obviously, it's because to get out of his contract, which I thought from my first video was the exact reason why this was happening. And the more I look at this track list, the more I look at the lyrics, the more I look at the general view of this album, I can totally see that becoming a reality. And of course, there's the stupid skit. And I had my notes, I threw them away because I don't need them anymore. But I literally had no words for it. I had no words because this, again, gives me a perfect example as to Logic's fan base now, which is a bunch of middle schoolers that think swearing is really funny, and they think rappers that rap really fast are the best rappers in the game. And they think that all the swearing and all this sex talk. Remember those movies like from like the late 2000s going into the 2010s where you had like these kids that are like 8 to 10 years old, but it's funny because they swear? This is what I think of when I listen to Stupid Skit and I listen to all these sex tracks and all this stuff. That's what I think of. I think of stupid comedy where all the comedy comes from this person just swearing a lot and this person just talking about stupid crap. So that is, it just really boils down to that. And it's not funny, it's not clever, it's just lazy. It's, as I talked about before, it's just incredibly lazy. And not to mention, Stupid Skit has two writers, including Logic. That's 3 writers. And if you've listened to Stupid Skit, that does not warrant 3 writers. That is inexcusable. Why do you need 3 writers for someone talking in a really low voice and saying, I'm going to steal your purse, pew pew pew, that's my silencer, ha ha ha. Why? Why do you need 3 writers? And then the longest songs here are the sex ones, obviously. And of course they are. But on God Might Judge, there's 7 writers. There is 7 writers, including Logic, so that's 8. And we all know Logic, especially now with his content, is recycling lyrics and recycling hooks. And of course, God Might Judge has the hook, the boy will satisfy you like a toy won't, and that repeats like 17 times. And then there's also the great line, she likes it when I make her come to my compound. Why? Why does this warrant 7 writers? And it just repeats, and it's a 5-minute and 30-second song. And it just goes on. And not to mention at the beginning, oh, this is that Kanye, this is the new workout plan though. what a disgrace to Kanye. Like, I know you want to work with him. I know you really want to probably like raid the Donda studio at the moment. But if you played this for Kanye, especially probably even 2004 when New Workout Plan was released, he would laugh in your face and shut the door on your session. It's just garbage. It's just boring. It goes on for too long. There's too many corny lines. Logic is so corny that Kanye probably looks at you as like a Hobson or like a freaking Eminem or like old or Joyner or something like that. You're just corny. And I'm sorry that you can't get to work with all these people that you really want to. But if you're not gonna care about your art and you're gonna put out a Bobby Tarantino 3, why should any major artist work with you if you're not gonna put in the effort in? If I was a big rapper, and I'm not, look at me, hear my voice, this is not a rapping voice. If I want to hop on your track, I want to know that I'm gonna look good also on that track. And if you are putting the effort, I want to put the effort into my content. But if you're not going to do that, then what's the point of even me signing on for that? So, God Might Judge, really long, really stupid. See You Space Cowboy has a really good instrumental, and then it's completely ruined by you just talking for a minute and 30 seconds about you being a nerd. That's funny again. And you're just saying I just wanted to record music and all that stuff. And you're wasting production. The best part of this album is 6. Always. Best part of this is 6. Really good production throughout. The best production was on Inside. I am a sucker for flutes and recorders, so I love that. But why do you waste it on Logic? And I'm not saying you should leave Logic. He's not doing good for your career. But you need to be a man and tell him to step up, because it has to come to a point where it's going to start this hate is going to start coming onto you at this point, because people are going to look as just like, Logic is not putting in any effort. Why is no one telling him this? And why does he keep working with 6? Why can't someone tell him to step up? And then of course we end off with Untitled, which every single time this happens, every single Logic album, where you can even go back to Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, where it's just like 90% of the album is trash, but the last track gives you that little glimmer of hope. It's just like, Logic can still write, Logic can still rap, he can have great production, he can still be a competent rapper, but you always get garbage. So that is Bobby Tarantino 3. And the fact that we're getting another album after this, and you know what? It's probably going to come like in the winter of next year. And it's probably going to be a really quick rollout, because the rollout for Bobby Tarantino 3 was garbage. It was terrible. 5 singles, none of them hit. And now with this last album on Def Jam and the retirements being basically squandered at this point, I probably will listen. You know what? I'll probably listen because I like making content and all this kind of stuff. But don't expect me to take it seriously. Don't expect me to go analytical with it, because with this album, with this really squandered retirement, you have given me no motivation to give you any kind of credit or any analysis. And honestly, I don't know what to do at this point. I'm just shocked. I thought I would be laughing at this point, but I'm really angry. I'm really freaking angry, because I went back and listened to Under Pressure. I love that project. I'm not gonna front. I love that project. And even though like everybody and these other albums, The Incredible True Story, like, while those weren't like incredible, they had such great moments. And to see the downfall to this point is just inexcusable. And I can say, even with Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, you have tracks like the title track. You have tracks like Lost in Translation. You have tracks like Mama Show Love. And what do we get here? The best that we got on this album is Theme for the People. I forgot to talk about that track. That track is pretty decent. And Inside. That's all we get. And those tracks aren't even great or even good. They're just tolerable. They're mediocre. So this is Logic's worst album. I'm gonna go out there and say it. It's Logic's worst album. And I'm not gonna care about you anymore. I'll talk about you. I guess that means I'm caring. But I'm not gonna give you any kind of credit or analysis for it because there has been so much leading up to this point that has been lackluster. It's been filler, like all your lyrics are, by the way. You really need to step up your content lyrically because I keep hearing repeats of lyrics and I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it, and I'm going to point it out every single time now. Even if you put out a great album with this last one, I'm going to call you out for it, and I don't care. But I need to stop ranting because it's been almost 16 minutes, and I could keep going on forever. So, long story short, Bobby Tarantino 3 is not good. I would even go as far to say is it's terrible. And I expect better, honestly. I expected better. I don't know why I expect these things. But Logic, you're never going to watch this. I imagine you probably don't even watch any YouTubers or anything talking about your music anymore. And I know you care so much about your haters and whatnot, even though you say it's just like I don't listen to the haters, even though you talk about it all the time. But you need to listen to people online. You need to listen to people around your circle that are a little critical of you. You need to listen to people because I'm seeing like the views on the YouTube of all these tracks and they're incredibly low. Like the vaccine music video, I think only has like 350,000 views, and I go back to all your other videos, and they're going like, at most, some of them are like 4 to 5 million. There's something going on here, and there's something wrong, and you need to fix it before you lose even more. I gotta stop talking. So, Bobby Tarantino 3 is bad. Go listen to Isaiah Rashad instead. He deserves the money more than Logic at this point. He put the effort in. Go listen to Billy. Go listen to Happier Than Ever. Go listen to that instead. There's effort there. Go listen to quality music. Go listen to people that actually care about their craft and care about their music. Don't give streams to people like this. And I'm going incredibly harsh, but you put out a garbage album. And that's as simple as that. So this is Sonic Spill. And I just spilled out a bunch of anger on Logic, and I hope he drowns in it. Anyways, catch you later.